I guess my biggest question would be, where do you think the philosophy change has come from with the last staff to the staff we have now? Are they recruiting so much different now? I mean, I know they're recruiting different body types on the offensive line for sure. I see a major difference there. But do you think there's an overall philosophy change or a way they're going about their business now than they have in the past?
Yeah, I think it's all about expanding the targets they have on their board. Like they have to keep some of these guys on the back burner because you cannot just go all in on, let's just say, for example, 5-star running back Derek Cooper. You cannot go all out on Derek Cooper and not go after anybody else. You have to keep some guys on the back burner because if you don't, you strike out, you're left with nobody. You're going to the transfer portal to try to see if you can find another option. If that transfer doesn't work out, you have what you had last year, and that is not good. You developed terribly on the defense and offensive line. Trenches were absolutely horrific at times, and can't beat a dead horse. Obviously, everybody talks about it, but at the end of the day, you have to recruit well in the trenches to be able to have a chance, to be able to be physical, to be what you want to be. And Florida State did that in the 25 recruiting class. They had guys like Kevin Wynn, Jesse Harold as well. Tywan Lee is another guy. So those are 3 guys that I didn't think Florida State could get 3 or 4 years ago. But now they're able to get those. They're able to spend bigger money, bigger resources on guys that may have fell below the wayside, but they kept them under wraps a little bit more, and they were able to build that relationship because they struck out on some other guys, but they were able to get some other guys in.
Okay. So you're saying that the biggest change has been expanding the board.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think they got guys that independently work better without supervision. I think Tim Harris is one of those guys. I mean, we know Surtain is one of those guys. He don't need anybody to tell him how to go about his business. And the O-line coach seemed like one of those guys also, to be honest with you. So I think we had 24 minutes now. I want to touch on a few more. Well, I don't deleted my darn list now. Okay. I want to touch on some more.
Papuchis as well, moving to linebackers coach. What's up with that resurrection with recruiting a little bit on his side of things too? It's kind of out there for me. I don't know if he's one of the better recruiters on staff. I still think it's like, if you want to talk about better recruiters, maybe Chris Thompson. But
I told some. I don't know who posted. I don't know who posted. I think it might have been Clay Fink, but I was like, Chris Thompson actually, other than his first year, I think his first year or second year, all the recruiting classes he's had, the tight end wise, like, I mean, he's recruited pretty well. I mean, we got to see some more development on the field, but I don't know, as far as tight end position, how much is that development and how much is that the offense and what.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's just something I know a lot of people are thinking about. The tight end position is kind of boring. Not really a lot of people talk about it, but Landon Thomas had a successful game against Clemson, so.
But I think Thompson's been doing good. This thing is just keep kicking me. I have no clue why. It's just But anyway, I'm trying to get us
But Thompson's definitely doing good. I mean, you see, like you said, Landon showed flashes last year. Even Mario Williams showed a little something. Then you got Chase Lofton coming in for 25. They just got Tiller for 26. So he's actually been quietly. And I know as far as the coaches that get the props, I know Surtain's probably at the top of the list, and probably Pot Roast right now. What he's been doing lately, and of course Hand, not just recruiting, but with how you got the big haul of transfers in. All those guys are going to start this year. But yeah, Thompson is quietly. This is several classes now that he's got some blue chip guys. So I would definitely start to put him up there as far as like one of the coaches you can start to like kind of trust now. You expect him to get like a guy or two every recruiting cycle now.
I think this class is pretty good on the floor. I mean, it still needs more top end talent. Like if you just kept these guys and added a few more, it wouldn't be a top 10 class. Like once the other schools really start, like I think, like next couple of weeks, you're gonna start seeing the Georgias and the Ohio States really start picking up the recruiting, LSUs and programs like that. So it looks like where it's sitting at now on what they could get, it looked like it got a chance to be a top 15 class, I would think 15, maybe 16, because I think the quality is not like upper echelon